So one of the big problems with decolonisation is, what do you do with the colonisers? It's a fair question to ask, and as a coloniser myself, a question that is fairly pertinent to me personally. The core problem is, we colonisers are stuck in a really weird identity crisis because we have no connection to the land we occupy. Even centuries after invading, we still treat this land like it's a product of conquest. We ravage, we strip mine, and we pollute this land with barely a second thought. And that mindset means we never truly connected to this land. The purposeful erasure of thousands of years of history and the mass extinction of animals in this land since colonization is a very clear example of that fact. But here's the catch. Colonizers don't have any connection to their ancestral lands either. For example, my family is from Northern England and Southern Ireland, and I don't know anything about either of them. I can't even imitate my genetically native accent. I have no connection to my homeland, not culturally, not spiritually, nothing. And that connection was also severed because of colonialism. So if colonialists have no connection to the true history of the land we occupy, but also no connection to our ancestral homelands, then who are we? And that's why colonial identity only truly manifests in either overt racism or indignant privilege. Because when your identity is paper thin, you lash out at everyone who challenges it, as I'm sure the comment section below will kindly demonstrate for me. But the irony is that all colonial people secretly yearn to belong. That's why colonial people are so obsessed with things like family trees and DNA tests. Because identity, like culture, is built on history. But colonial countries are continually erasing their history to prop up the justification for colonialization in the first place. We delete the history to maintain a fake identity, but no identity can grow because we keep deleting our history. So colonial identity never grows deeper than surface level, or what I like to call the football and barbecues culture. Our real history is full of horror and hate, which we buried shallow and keep pretending isn't there. And that open wound is left to fester and poison every generation that follows. But our future doesn't have to be this way. There is a future for everyone under decolonisation and land back. But the first thing we need to do is treat that open wound. We need to stop running and hiding from our real history. We need to find all the mass graves of our past and give everyone in them a proper burial. We need to acknowledge the pain and damage of colonialism, and we need to dismantle and atone for the crimes of these systems. Colonial power structures must be dismantled and a new system based on justice for everyone must be built. If we do that, none of us will ever have to wonder about who we are ever again, because we will have built a society whose identity is celebrated by all for countless generations to come. Anyway, something to think about.